Hello and Happy New Year everyone, this is Ange. Welcome to another episode of the Visual Novel Monthly Recap. This is a video series where I highlight news related to major visual novel releases and the community for each month. In this video, I'll highlight anything that happened in December of 2021. Buckle your seatbelts, this was a packed month. The newest Nekopara they've been teasing finally has an artwork and a title, Nekopara After. Seems like it'll be a side title featuring Phrase from Volume 4 and Shigure, the sister they've been teasing a route for since the beginning. Grisai Phantom Trigger is going to get its 8th episode in February 2022 worldwide. What's notable is that it seems like this is going to be the final episode for this series, so for those who've been waiting to binge it all, now's a good time to get ready. For those who consider this series a visual novel, Danganronpa Decadence has released on Switch. It is Danganronpa 1, 2, V3, and a brand new spin-off called Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp. Ultimate Summer Camp is a board game and RPG mix where you can level up characters from the whole series and get various character interactions. Suffice to say it's not canon, but it is a fun time. The Danganronpa team also announced they're making a new game called Enigma Archives Rain Code. Apparently it's been in development for 5 years now, but outside this picture, we don't really know much about it. The Urawara Umumono series is getting a prequel to the Mask of Deception called Toki no Taika. muv-luv has finally released another new English translated visual novel, The Humbling of a Holy Maiden, originally developed by Yoru no Hitsuji. As far as I know, it's a pretty short isekai nukige, so the price tag is only $10. You can get it on Steam, Denpasoft, Faku, Manga Gamer, and Jast with no 18+ patch required for any of them, yes, even on Steam. The open beta for the fan translation of Kimai Tachi no Yoru, Rine Saisei, has been completed. They fixed any issues reported during the open beta, now they have a full, final English version patch that's all touched up. Jast announced Dead Aegis by Metallokig. You can pre-order it, and it comes out on January 7th, 2022. I don't know much about it besides that it has magical girls, has the same artist who did Sadistic Blood, and some of the VNDB tags make it seem like it's a dark yukige. What's notable about this release is if you pre-order it now, you can read the Dead Aegis Gaiden, and it appears to be a short prequel. Shirobune released 3 Dawn of Kagura titles, Hatsuka, Keika, and Natsu's story. As far as I know, these releases are 1 heroine nukige each, and they apparently feature monster rape if you're into that. Kind of unusual for Joran, but on Joran, these titles are actually not 18+. And you have to get them on Joran.net, not Joran.games. To get the 18+ patch, you have to go on a page hosted by the original developer, Debinasu.net themselves. Rewrite Plus is released on Steam by Sekai Project. This is one of the more popular key works, but also one of the most different, considering that it isn't written by Jun Maeda, who did other stuff like Clannad, Little Busters, Canon, etc. Most notably, Romeo Tanaka of cross-channel fame wrote most of the VN, and Ryukishi 07 of Higurashi and Umineko fame wrote Lucia's route. Currently, you can only buy Rewrite Plus on Steam. Unfortunately, there was a lot of controversy surrounding this release. The first being that one day before the release, Sekai Project announced that 3 lewd CGs that were specifically changed in the Japanese version of Rewrite Plus were being reverted to the CGs that were used in the original VN. This has led to people being upset that Sekai Project was essentially censoring the Rewrite Plus release in English. The official statement from Sekai Project was that the reason they reverted these CGs was because they wanted a higher chance of Steam actually accepting Rewrite Plus on Steam, which I guess makes sense since Steam kinda has a history of randomly banning visual novels they deem too lewd without explanation. Sekai Project released a GitHub link of issues for people to report. This must have been done on purpose, since a lot of broken technical issues were found by users, including untranslated names, untranslated lines, untranslated pop-ups, and engine code found in dialogue. As of this video, Sekai Project has fixed most of these issues, but the damage was still done, unfortunately. Finally, there is a group of people who were quite vocally upset with some of the localization choices. Something that was announced at the way beginning of the Kickstarter was Shizuru officially being spelled as Sizuru without the H, as this appears to be her official spelling in Japan, and that's how Visual Art specifically wanted it in the official release. There were also the usual complaints that honorifics were completely removed. There's also a video I posted where I compared the original translation of Rewrite and the new translation of Rewrite Plus for Kotori's Shake It Now, Baby Now English, and a lot of people were really upset when Kotori's English voice dialogue wasn't matching with the quote-unquote localized dialogue text. Apparently the feedback was loud enough for this, as Sekai Project actually changed the text dialogue to actually match Kotori's voice lines. Speaking of Shizuru, someone actually made a fan patch to change all the cases of Scizuru in the game to Shizuru. In addition, this fan patch has the option to convert the quote-unquote censored lewd CGs that Sekai Project reverted back to the original Rewrite Plus CGs, so if you want more of that lewd CGs, you can do that in this patch. There's also even an option to add English subtitles to the opening and ending videos through this patch. So if any of these issues bother you, feel free to apply any that you want. Thankfully for Sekai Project, they actually released another visual novel at the same time as Rewrite Plus with zero controversy, Slavish Dragon Princess 2. As far as I know, it's similar to its prequel, a kinetic visual novel with dragon girls. They just added a couple new heroines. Hoshiori Yume Mirai Perfect Edition now has a partial patch for Sora and Marika routes. If you didn't know, Perfect Edition is extra content from the console port added to PC. However, it appears the team translating the Perfect Edition is now looking for another editor. An English fan patch for Steins Gate Divergencies Assort got released. It got the official translations of Steins Gate My Darling Embrace, Steins Gate Linear Bounded Phenogram, and Steins Gate Zero added to this Switch port. This includes any improvement patch Committee of Zero did. I haven't done any Switch fan patching before, but keep in mind that you apparently need custom firmware and access to the Japanese eShop to apply the patch. Shirobune announced Meteor World Actor, Badge, and Dagger. But not only that, you can try a free, short, few-hour demo that's available on both Steam and Jorin. No release date for the full version just yet, but hopefully it comes out within the next few months or so. This is a sequel to the original Meteor World Actor and has routes for Fuyumi and Ryoko, and will continue the main plot from the original True Route. If anyone is still getting surprised by Shara no Kuni delays, they announced yet another one. The original issue was related from switching resolutions from 4.3 to 16.9, and now they're going to be porting everything to a brand new engine it seems. It's been quite the long wait, but the fan translation of White Album 2 by Todo Kanai is finally out. This contains the whole main series, intro chapter, closing chapter, coda, and the 2 digital novels. White Album 2 is one of the highest rated visual novels in Japan, praised for being a well done love triangle romantic drama. One other cool thing about this patch is that the programmers are able to fiddle around and include 14 new PS3 exclusive CGs to the PC patch. For anyone watching the muv-luv alternative anime, they actually announced Season 2 will be airing in October of 2022. For those who enjoy reading visual novels on Vita, someone made a patch porting the English fan translation of the PC-98 version of Yuno for its Vita port. For some reason, Planetarian HD's official releases on Steam by Visual Arts never got an English translation from its previous non-HD release. Mashed Monk and Sep7 made a fan patch that ports the English patch to the HD version, and also includes a Malaysian translation. For those who have been looking forward to the Fate Stay Night retranslation project, a partial patch for the Prologue and Fate route has been released. Speaking of Type Moon and partial patches, a partial patch has been released for the Switch version of Tsukihime Remake, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. It seems to cover Arcade Days 1 through 5. The Type Moon news doesn't stop, as UFO Table is doing an anime adaptation of the currently untranslated visual novel Mahosukai no Yoru. That translates roughly to Witch on the Holy Night, but it's usually called Mahoyo in the visual novel community. It looks like it will be a movie, and a trailer and website has been released. For any key fans who are interested in Kaginado, when the show ended, they announced a Season 2, which will include Angel Beats characters. Kaginado is an original anime that's main genre is pure comedy parody. It takes characters from key works and makes fun of character personality traits or stories, while characters from different series are interacting with each other. Just keep in mind major spoilers from Canon, Air, Clannad, Little Busters, and Rewrite are referred to casually within the series. When Season 2 airs in April 2022, it'll likely be the same. Speaking of key, they also announced that there's going to be an anime adaptation of Summer Pockets. We don't know any information about which studio is animated, or even if it's a TV series or not. More info to come, I suppose. There are 2 new short trailers released for muv-luv sequels. One for a muv-luv alternative sequel called muv-luv Integrate, and another for muv-luv Resonative, a sequel to muv-luv Unlimited the day after. And that is it for December of 2021. As always, if you have any feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave a comment below in this video or one of my social medias. See you all next month. A very special thank you to Freestyle and Cobal for the donations through Ko-fi. Always much appreciated.